guys, another bright sunny day here in Vancouver, and I couldn't be happier about it. It is Thursday morning, 11 a.m. and this morning I was all over the social medias and I have finally figured out what I'm going to be using as my Snapchat, my Twitter, and I even have an Instagram name change that's going to happen pretty soon. The reason I've been hesitating for so long to make these big changes is because I've been waiting to figure out what could be my brand that I could keep while traveling for, let's say, the next 2 years to maybe my entire career as a social media. Or put yourself in my shoes where you have to figure out what you're gonna call yourself and you don't want to be sick of it 1 year, 2 years down the line. You have to keep in mind that if you wanted to pivot, let's say I didn't want to do travel anymore, you know, you don't want to be stuck with Travel Guy 305 because you don't do travel anymore. So it's been pretty tough. I could not get Christian LeBlanc for Snapchat. It doesn't even fit as a username. I can't get it for Twitter because it's taken. Instagram, it's taken. I mean, it's really hard getting one commonality across all platforms and without being too specific. So what I have done is I've kept my last name because I need some sort of an identifier, and I added Lost. So from now on, my Snapchat, my Twitter, and soon to be my Instagram is Lost LeBlanc. Now with that being said, I also have a very clever hashtag in mind. Get lost. Do you see what I'm doing? It's kind of cheeky, it's kind of fun, kind of wanderlusty, you know, very cool, right? I know, thanks guys, pat on the back. I haven't actually made the official transition. I'll probably be announcing it in the next week. I'm gonna wait a bit longer until I'm almost ready to leave for my trip because Nevada's coming up pretty soon. And I also wanted to just say that it is now just over 2 months ago that I was sitting at my desk job, typing away on Excel, looking at spreadsheets, being miserable. Like, if I take a second to look, oh my gosh, Guinness, you're so gross. If there's one thing that makes me excited to get out of the house is that one dog, he's so annoying. If I look back 2 months, I was constantly stressed out. I could actually feel it physically, like I was drained. I was mentally not there. I just was constantly in my own head asking myself, am I supposed to be here? Am I following the right path? And you know, ever since I committed myself to following this path, ever since I handed in my resignation, handed in my laptop, and walked away from a corporate job that I knew was not for me, I have felt miles better. There's very few things in my day now that stress me. I mean, yeah, you could say it's because you're sitting at home and you don't have a job, but the truth is, it's because I'm doing something that I love and it's something that motivates me and makes me want to get out of bed in the morning. It's been the best decision I've ever made. I actually feel like I almost escaped life in a sense because a lot of people, you know, you finish university and you almost have the impression it's like, okay, now you get fed into the corporate lifestyle where you're getting pushed into working your 40 hours to 60 or 90 hours a week. And for me, I just feel like I escaped that altogether, and it's like, I look around and I don't know, some friends who are very fortunate, they like their jobs, that's great. They want to work hard, they're doing great jobs, that's amazing. But there's a lot of people, and I'd say the majority of people, aren't the same case. They feel like they're being forced into a job that they don't want to do. I feel so thankful to have found something that I really like, to have found something that has become a feasible option as a career. It's so easy to lose track of what you've really accomplished, but if you actually take, you know, a couple minutes and ask yourself, what did I actually accomplish over these 1 month, this 2 months, this, you know, this year? And I look at myself as I just left my job and I've already accomplished some of my goals that I had for the year, you know? So things are just going so well, and I really think that's a testament to the power of following your passion. I know this is a long tangent, but I don't know if you guys remember, about 3 weeks ago, I went downtown, had a lunch with a guy who I'd never met in my life. He simply emailed me saying, hey Christian, my name is so-and-so, we have a lot in common, I'd love to meet with you. And so we met for lunch. Really amazing guy. And the funny thing is, he was actually working the exact same job as me at a different company, but the exact same role. He was 1 year ahead of me and he was working at a great job, a job that would guarantee him financial prosperity. But like me, he was constantly asking himself, am I doing the right thing? Why am I here? And what really inspired me about his story was that despite his crazy hours, and when I say crazy hours, I actually mean it, the job demands a lot of you, he would use his vacation time to go home and work on this project. You have 3 weeks of vacation time in a year. Most people aren't willing to sacrifice that vacation time to work more. This guy went home, he took 2 vacation days, and for, you know, 12-hour, 14-hour days, he set forth his idea in motion. He's only been working on this business for 2 months, maybe 6 months, maybe a year. I'm not quite sure on the details. But what he does is before he gets to work, he actually wakes up 2 hours early to do all of his cold calling. And this guy is honestly just the definition of what it takes to really achieve what you want. Why I'm coming back to the story is, the coolest part was, about 2 weeks ago, he actually sent me a text message saying, I've just handed in my resignation. He's decided to pursue the thing that really motivates him. And he doesn't love the business he started, but he loves what it can do for him. It means he can be flexible, he can travel, he can work from his laptop. And for me, that's the exact same thing. Like, being a vlogger, I never thought I'd be a vlogger, but the second I figured that I could actually make a business off of doing something that I like and do it from my laptop, it became my #1 priority. Needless to say, I don't want to name drop just in case he wants to keep his resignation more private right now, but we do plan to meet and travel at some point, so maybe South America will be in our horizon. Okay, I'm editing the vlog that you will have seen before this vlog, and all my Sony footage, I was doing this last time too, but now it's like ridiculous. It's so choppy, I can hardly even edit. So I don't know how this is going to turn out, but I don't have time to perfect it. I need a new computer so bad. Alright, Chef LeBlanc up in the cooking house. We making some fajitas. Well, I'm not making them, my mom made them. But we got those leftovers. This is like my favorite kind of meal. Wanna go for a walk? Back at the bus loop. Time to head downtown. Alright, I just got off the SkyTrain and I am at this little hole-in-the-wall Chinese cafe. Didn't even know Chinese and cafe came together in the same sentence, but they do. And I desperately have to pee, so I'm gonna put my vlogging camera down. Okay, so my mom is just a couple blocks away and I'm about to meet her. I got a Hong Kong style coffee, which I didn't even know that was a thing, but it's pretty good. I definitely could tell though, this little place here, they're not used to seeing white people and I looked like out of place, but also they were looking at me like I was invading their personal space. It was kind of funny. Didn't feel too welcomed, but that's what you get when you live in Vancouver, I guess.
Go around the corner here, bring you up.
Alright, so my mom dropped me off here in Chinatown, and if you didn't hear that screaming match, it's a bit of a rougher area, and that's a bit of an understatement. It's a rougher area, but it's actually starting to turn into kind of a hipper place, so more and more people are starting to move here.